I would like to introduce Heidi now. Heidi Solba is from Estonia, and she's the president and head of the Global Network, which is serving today one of the fastest growing civic movements called Let's Do It World. The network of global doers, I love that, global doers, I want to be a global doer, has a crazy ambition to lead in 24 hours global campaign, World Cleanup Day. With belief that everything is possible, the first task to her was to create the worldwide network with the teams with knowledge and to lead it to be a part of the World Cleanup Day. On the 15th of September 2018, engaged 17.8 million people, is that correct?
Yes.
Wow. From 157 countries in just 24 hours. Mm-hmm. And on the second World Cleanup Day, on the 21st of September 2019, she engaged over 21 million people from 180 countries. World Cleanup Day is a unique model. By engaging communities, a global movement can make a real change, with all with one goal and one purpose: to change the way we think, act, and live. The next and third World Cleanup Day, I want to be a part of this, just letting you know right now, will take place on the 21st of September 2020. Heidi's background of the higher degrees on environmental protection and international business management, and also practice to work with all sectors, private, public, and non-governmental, as human resource director, CSR director, trainee, and consultant, have been raising and giving needed background to work for the purpose of the Let's Doers. So please, Heidi, welcome, and please share with us what you think we would need to know right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting, and it's really fantastic session. So yes, Let's Do It Well currently is operating in 150 countries, and our third World Cleanup Day will be 19th of September, which is each third Saturday of September. Yes, I'm looking back when we started this movement for the World Cleanup Day, which is this kind of main project what we are doing, then to finding those leaders in the world during 2 years, even 3 years, was really exciting, and to build up those teams too. So one of this kind of high moments for me was when I had a call from Syria, which was in civic war by this time, and I had a call from Raja Shamon, one of our leaders now, and she was saying that they want to be part of this movement, and I was really surprised because this country is in war, and how it become that actually they can be a part of this movement. And she said something really interesting. She said that not all the part, of course, of their country are in the war, but we want to forget that we are in the war, and we want to do something really good to our communities. And we want to feel something really positive, which is engaging us. And this, I think, is really powerful word. So we might be saying that movements who are combining people and are doing such positive actions like cleanups or whatever positive actions what we are doing are actually bringing people, I think, being better persons or be better humans. And we might be saying this kind of movements might be also working for the peace. So I think for me it was really strong lesson, and to work with teams around the globe is really interesting, and really like a humble work to serve the nature. Now, coming to the World Cleanup Day, we might be thinking, okay, we had a COVID-19, and how we actually can do the World Cleanup Day in this year. We have different kind of formats, and one of them is individual cleanup. So you can go individually and still serve the world and do the cleanup. Or if it's some countries where there is not so much big restrictions, we still can do a group cleanup. For example, in Estonia, we can do. Or we might be having also a digital cleanup, which is also one of the formats which a lot of organizations or business sector is using. I do see that actually this movement is growing, and it's not a question about the movement. I think different kind of movements in the world are growing, because all the people can see that it's a need of the nature, it's a need of the world itself, and we have to do something in about it together. So we do have quite a big organizations or corporates who want to be part of the solution. Also, a lot of governments have been taking part of the Let's Do It of the World Cleanup Day, and I think the most important about the World Cleanup Day is not the cleaning itself as such, because I think, of course, the world will be a cleaner place, but it will be not a clean place. But I think the most important is that it's providing humans and people who are coming together and understanding that actually we can act together. We can act together, and it's not matter where we are, what is our nationality, what is our background. We're coming together, we simply are solving this problem of the waste, which is literally around us. And my personal experience from 2008, when I was first time part of the Estonia first cleanup, I was absolutely changed as a human after that. And I was not part of this global movement yet. It happened, I think, 9 years later. But I know from my personal experience that people, when they will go to the action, it comes through your body, and you started to be contact with other people from yourself, and also with the world and also the earth. And it will change you as a person. And I think this is really powerful thought and experience. What we're expecting for the World Cleanup Day is actually that it brings people together and also different kind of stakeholders. And from that point, things happen. Because if we can solve together a World Cleanup Day, we can also solve different kind of other projects or problems what we might be arising. The biggest asset of this movement is a network. So we can sort of use this network for really good purpose. And I'd really like to say something more. In the moment when people actually will realize that we are not playing an organizations or movements, we are not serving our personal egos or titles or bank accounts. We are working simply for one aim. In this moment, actually, a lot of problems in the world might be solved. And what I'm expecting from the world is not just working with different countries in one organization, but also I really, my biggest desire is to see that a lot of NGOs are working together and seeing the same cause and the same aim, why we are working together and what is our mutual this kind of purpose, why we started to act on the earth. So I think when we are working together by empowering each other and seeking this kind of mutual collaboration and also impact in the world, then I think the things might be happening in really, really positive direction. In Let's Do It World, we are talking about magical 5% of engagement to the World Cleanup Day. Of course, we are quite far from this number, but why we talk about this number is that by their scientists, we know that, from the scientist surveys, we know that this 5% is a percentage when something will be changing in the world. It's a critical mass of the people what we need in order to bring them onto cleanups, in order to raise awareness, to diminish their trash blindness, what people usually do have. So people are used to work on live already inside the trash of waste. And I'm absolutely agree with Kai. The first thing is awareness, but the second thing is actually education. And this is exactly what our network is doing, also educating schools. I think this kind of environmental literacy is really, really important. Also, I think this is also not enough. It's really important to engage different stakeholders to work together, because if you talk about the waste, how we are producing firstly the waste, how we are living inside the waste, who are like consuming the waste we are, and how we are managing the waste. We have to look at all this chain, and simply also in really, really positive way to influence all the producers or the productions, and try to seek a new solutions on, and definitely work on circular economy, as Kai said as well, and try to work in really positive way and help each other and support each other. So, and I really like to say that we have to come from ego era and start to work in eco era, which means working together and trying to find solutions is the most important if you talk about how we can actually solve the environmental issues in our world. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Heidi. I very much appreciate your perspective. You are doing amazing work and making a huge, huge difference on this planet. Your movement will only grow further as time goes on with your commitment and your passion. I have no doubt whatsoever.